What's good, my boys? Splashy here. I hope y'all had a good holidays. We back to the tier list, and today's video will be the shooting guard tier list. As you can see the tiers, we got the GOAT tier, which means there should not be any more than 1 or 2 people in that tier. We got top tier. We got good but lacking. Good but lacking means, like, let's say like Jimmy Butler. He's more of a defensive shooting guard, but he's lacking great offense, like outside of him being a catch and shoot player. So more of the 3 and D players are going to go in good but lacking because they're lacking putting the ball on the ground. Budget / serviceable, you know what that is. And bad just mean they bad. So let's get straight into it. First, we're going to start off with Allen Houston. Allen Houston is just it's just a good shooting guard. Like, I'm not going to say he's outrageously good. I'm not going to say he's outrageously bad. I look at him as Devin Booker with interior. He does have Dame Cross, so if you don't know how to activate the extra input for doing the backwards escape, I mean, you probably can't use him as well. But, like, most people said they looked at him as like Ray Allen. Like, he wasn't bad, just lacking a few more things, few more badges, better dribble style, just a little stuff, but he is a good shooting guard. Next, we got Iggy from season 1. Iggy, especially for his time, was the best lock on the game, and even right now, I think you can still play Iggy because what you need at the shooting guard position this year is just, if they can dunk, like if their dunk is a 90, and their defensive stats at least can touch 80, it doesn't even matter the badges because the badges dang near don't work. As long as their defensive badges can touch 80 or if they have a 95 or anything of that nature, they can score almost at will on this game, especially if they have Pro 2 or normal. Like, that's what carries shooting guards this year. It's different than past years where your shooting guard had to be a top tier defender and score at a high level. This year is just as long as he can dunk. If he's in the right person's hands, he can score every play. I don't know if you guys watched comp earlier this year, but people like Jefferson were giving people 30, and you couldn't even get his jump shot off. We were just going to the paint, dunk, because you know it's NBA 2K standing dunk. Next, we got Ant. Ant also goes in good but lacking. He's like the complete opposite of Iggy. He has a great amount of offense, especially if you end up putting him, especially if you still like run him with the duo with Cat. That was more of a limited duo, but they'll never let you use Diamond, so that's clip. But yeah, defensively he has defense, but he's not nothing you'll write home about. Like, he's like a better Jerry Stackhouse, I guess. That's what I'd say. Next, we got Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal goes in bad. They did his card so bogus. He be throwing my slips in real life, so it was no chance I was putting him anywhere above bad just because I don't like him. You feel me? But nah, they did his card a little bogus. He like got his own fade. His fade's not good. His defensive stats are atrocious. Offensively, he should be way more gifted than he is, but he's not. So we don't even got to talk too much on him. Next, we got LeVert. LeVert goes in budget serviceable. LeVert has a pretty good shot, good defense. Ain't like 4K. You know, it ain't much more to say on that, man. You know he gonna rock somebody world around there in the no money spent world. So you do what you got to do. Next, we got Clyde. Clyde goes into good but lacking. He's lacking defensive stats. Like, his defensive stats are like the same as like Westbrook's. Like, he got like 60 interior, 60 block. Does he play defense though? Yes, that's why the stats only matter to a certain amount, but they can't be put in my top tier. They can't be put in my top tier rank unless like they don't really have a flaw, or if their only flaw is like their jump shot. You feel me? Like, he's just like, you know, he's good, but he's lacking. That's that. I told y'all what this tier gonna be. And a lot of people been trying to argue with me in my comments because they think I'm putting good cards in different tiers. I don't have S, A, B, C, D. I have different tiers. Like, just because, like, let's say I'll put a good card in good but lacking, that don't mean he in the 3rd tier. Clyde might be better than somebody I put in top tier, but the person I put in top tier isn't lacking anything. Like, he's just straight. So, boom, we're going to go to Corey Maggette. Corey Maggette is considered a top-tier shooting guard on this. He gets clamps. He has a decent jump shot, can put the ball on the ground, can dunk at a high level, good defensive stats. He's not lacking anything. I think he's a top-tier shooting guard for this game. Like I said, as long as you have a 90 dunk on this game, I almost consider you top tier as long as your defensive stats aren't atrocious. If you have 80s across the board on defense, you could play D. You can almost guard ball. Will you get a stop? Nope. But that's that. So Corey Maggette will probably be my first person who's in top tier, but does that mean Corey Maggette step for step is better than Clyde? No, Corey Maggette was a lot easier to obtain, 1. 2, he's a lot easier to use than Clyde. 3, Clyde has like a skill gap to him, but as y'all can see, I don't have my skill gap tier as usual because you don't really need to have skill to use most of these dunking cards. Next, we got Danny Green. Pre-Evo, he was in budget serviceable. Post-Evo, the only thing I think he's lacking is slashing at a high level. Like, you can go give him the ball and he gonna go get you one. But defensively, I think he's one of the top shooting guards. I think he's like what Iggy was season 1, but now. Next, we got DeRozan, also going in good, but lacking. He's just lacking. He's lacking defense as well. His defensive attributes don't touch all 80s across the board, so that means he's lacking defense over my top dogs that I'm gonna be putting in the top tier / GOAT tier. Next, we got D-Bang, just through versus the Warriors. If y'all had him on the slip, I put him in budget serviceable. Now next, I'm gonna get some backlash for this. Listen, so the reason I'm gonna start off D-booking bad, right, is because for him to be a level 40 and not even sniff the lineup, even for some no money spent players, is ridiculous. Like, before the Mikal Bridges duo came out where you give him half clamps, he literally was almost a useless player. He's an offline shooting guard. But with the game getting like hot fixed by the day where shooting becomes easier, I don't know if y'all noticed, like more 30s is dropping, more 20s is dropping, more yellows is dropping. They touching the game every day without telling us. I know I play the game every day, so I know like I play on Monday, nobody hitting shots. Then I play on Wednesday and everybody making 40%. Like, it's not just a fluke day. I don't play versus 7 people who are good enough to green 40s all day, but they lose by 20 points. Like, they're making the game easier. So, Devin Booker, I'm not going to put him in good but lacking. I want to say he's serviceable, but I'm holding him to a level 40 standard. You feel me? I'm holding him to a level 40 standard. Like, are you putting him at shooting guard right now over, you know, any of the new Evos or trophy cases, etc.? No. But me holding him to his level 40 standard, he's inserviceable. But he would be in good but lacking. Next, we got Dominique. Dominique is done for. He came out season 1. Shots too slow. He can dunk at a high level, but he's done for. You feel me? Get Dominique out the lineup if he somehow is still in your lineup. Next, we got Drays. Drays goes in budget serviceable. He's glitched. It's almost impossible to put a glitch in bad. Like, half limitless. He do his job. Next, we got Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones goes in good but lacking. He's a defender. Like, you feel me? He's a really good defender. They changed his shot like twice on the low, but you know, his shot not that slow. He just lacks, you know, going to get you one every single play. That's all it is. I know y'all like, man, who he gonna put in top tier then? Next, we got George Gervin, who also goes in budget search, but everybody when he came out told me he was it. So, hey, I mess with it. Next we got Jason Richardson. I'll put him in budget serviceable as well, just because, you know, it's past his time. It's past his time. He was good when he first came out, but Benedict was also better than him because Jason Richardson's shot is really slow. He did have decent defensive stats, but nothing to write home about. But he did have max dunk because it's Jay Rich. But I think he's serviceable. Nothing major. Better than Dominique. Next we got Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown also goes in good but lacking. The reason he's good is because he can get every single badge on the game, and he was probably the first card on the game besides Scotty. I think that could get every badge on the game at the time, so he was good. He was just lacking a good jumper. You know, he got the little dribble style y'all all love. His shot just sucked. That was literally it, and he's a little outdated, so I can't put him in top tier anymore. But I did like JB, especially. I know you guys remember running the JB and Jason Tatum duo. Next, we got Jimmy B. Jimmy B go to the top of good but lacking because he is a top tier shooting guard. But nah, I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in top tier. I ain't like that. Jimmy B is a top tier shooting guard just because of how good defensively he is. Offensively, I think he's lacking besides the fact he has normal fade. I don't think he finishes in the paint how he's supposed to, but I do think outside of AD, he still is the second person to go for. I think at the shooting guard position, it's really hard to play people like Jimmy now because there are all the best primary ball handlers on the game. If y'all don't know what a primary ball handler is, it means if I put my best defender on your scorer, your primary ball handler, he can carry the load the entire game. As in, let's say you got Penny. Penny can't carry the load the entire game, but Penny's more of a secondary / tertiary ball handler. Like, if you don't got nothing, you can give Penny the ball and go get you one. Jimmy, I just don't think he plays shooting guard over the top players, but I do think Jimmy is a top tier shooting guard. Just because of how good he is defensively. He's not really lacking anything but being able to score, but I'm pretty sure somebody out there scoring with Jimmy Butler. Next, we got J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith goes in good but lacking. Just lacking some defense. Offensively, he was pretty gifted, and I mean, he dang sure better than Allen Houston, so JR was good for his time. We get another JR card, he's gonna hoop. I'm gonna just go to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole will go into Sirs. Well, I want to put, actually, I'm gonna put him in bad. And the reason I'm gonna put Jordan Poole in bad is because I'm holding him to a trophy case standard. I'm holding him to the trophy case standard. Him not being in the top 10 shooting guards, or not even having a spot in the lineup, and people like Worthy and Hayward and Kevin McHale and Gilbert Arenas and Westbrook and are still able to, like, you know, be debatably in it. Like, Jordan Poole is not better than anybody in good but lacking. He's not even better than J.R. Smith. That's ridiculous. Now, does that mean that it's not somebody out there right now shooting 360 step backs with Jordan Poole saying pool party? No, you just like that. But Jordan Poole and me holding him to the trophy case standard. Him and Manu Ginobili are both bad. They're just bad. Defensive stats are atrocious. Not as superpowered offensively. They're just not playing over most of the shooting guards. So both of them will go in bad. Next we got Joe Johnson. He'll go in budget serviceable. His shot was really good. At this point though, I don't think he's good but lacking anymore. I think he's dropped a tier just because I don't think nobody wants to shoot his shot. If he gets another card though, I think he will be good. But as of right now, I'll keep him in budget serviceable because I don't think he's better than everybody in budget serviceable. Next we got John Havlicek. Post Evo, I want to say he's low-key inserviceable. His drive and dunk didn't get pushed up, which was his main problem, and he can't dribble the ball and go get you one. His defensive attributes got put up very high. Now I'm gonna put him in good but lacking then. He's gonna be in good but lacking because he's just lacking offense. Like, he has a very quick shot. It's not on very quick, but he has a very quick shot. He just can't slash at a high level or get to where he has to get to score at a high level. Especially with shooting guard being the most stacked position, I just don't think you would run him over everybody else who's going to get put in these tiers. So that's just that. Next, we got Dr. J. Dr. J will be the only shooting guard in the GOAT tier because I think he is one of the few players who is in an indefinite spot. Like, even if you don't give Dr. J Hoffs and you play him base, he's better than every other shooting guard on the game. He's the only shooting guard that can fulfill the role of guarding ball and being the primary ball handler. Like, you feel me? You can't let Kobe guard other people, Tim Thomas, and he's gonna play good D and get 30. So for my people who have Hoffs or thinking like, man, is the trophy case even worth it? Listen, I don't care what you go do in the West, bro. Go get Dr. J, bro. He is by far the best card on the game. Tim Thomas is the only card messing with him, and Tim Thomas is only good in certain people's hands. And then you got like Giannis. Giannis not messing with DJ. Even LeBron not messing with DJ, honestly. And LeBron is a dog. I'm talking about the Christmas one. So go get you a Dr. J. And if you are fortunate enough to have a Hoff Limitless or a Hoff Anchor or a Hoff Glove, if you put all three on him, he's probably going to be the best shooting guard for the next 3 months. Because how long will it take them to drop a shooting guard with Jordan dribble style, decent SIGs? His shot should have been on quick, but he's still tearing stuff apart without quick jump shot. Can guard ball. Give him Hoff Anchor. What shooting guard is coming out with Hoff Anchor in the next 2 months anyways? Nobody. They barely giving centers Anchor. So that's that. They have to drop a whole Christmas clone edition to give somebody Anchor. Add Limitless. So Hoff Limitless and Hoff Anchor. He comes with Hoff handles. He got Hoff Clamp. He got Hoff Limitless Takeoff. Poster. You can give him Hoff Rise Up. It's just nobody touching him right now, and I think he's the only shooting guard at this position who can fulfill. No other shooting guard on the game can fulfill the role that he fills. So I think if you don't have him yet, you need to go get him, or you need to go pay somebody to go get him. I ain't gonna lie, because he got it. He is by far the best shooting guard on the game, and I think it's only a bunch of skill gap cards touching him. Next we got Middleton. Middleton goes, okay, listen. Middleton only would be in top tier because he get Giannis to pink diamond. But yeah, Middleton goes in good but lacking. Middleton goes in good but lacking because he can get Giannis PD. I'm not talking about Middleton's card at all. He is only even on this list because he can get Giannis to pink diamond. He has a 35 block. That is atrocious. That's what he would be lacking anyways. Other than that, he's a decent card. He's John Havlicek if John Havlicek was black. Literally, they're like the same card. Next, we got Clay. Clay also goes in good but lacking. He's lacking dribbling stuff and finishing in the paint. Like, no handles for days, no clamp breaker, no limits take off, no posterizer. Like, he's just a regular shooting guard. This is not the glitch Clay that we had last year. I really need y'all to figure out, like, the difference between a card being broke 1 year and then a card going back to regular. This is regular 3-and-D Klay Thompson from the 2015-16 season. That's it. This ain't headband, I'm back with Hoff handles for days, Hoff limitless, no more. This is regular Klay Thompson. Next we got Kobe. Kobe goes into the top tier. Amazing. Almost has no flaws. Even with them dropping his new card, Like, that card has no flaws neither. Really, it's not a must unless you like an OD comp player and you want to put the anchor version of the card on the court. You could play either one of them for all the versions of the cards that came out in Christmas. Kobe's amazing. He's going to stay amazing. You really just picking between Froby and Bald B. Bald B ain't hit how I thought it would. So, Bald, Kobe, and Froby. Like, you're just picking between them. Amazing, though. One of the best shots at the shooting guard position. Probably the closest to fulfilling Julius's role. His only problem is really his burst to go outward instead of in, but smooth. Kyle Korver goes into budget serviceable. Kyle Korver cold, I ain't gonna lie. Like, he chicken. Like, he really chicken, but he not like a top tier shooting guard. It's because his defensive stats not that gas, but he dang sure not in the same tier as Manu Ginobili and Jordan Poole. Next we got Michael Finley. Michael Finley also goes in budget serviceable just because he got a 95 dunk. Like, that's it. If his D stats was better, I would put him in good but lacking, but that's that. Next we got Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson goes in good but lacking because out of all them budget options, they was not starting at shooting guard when they came out. The Lance Stevenson dude was starting at shooting guard when he came out. I don't know why they juiced him how they did, but that man is tough. He's tough. He not top tier, but that man was tough. Next we got Latrell. Latrell also goes in good but lacking. Max dunk. Able to play some D, could put the ball on the ground. Just a regular shooting guard. Only person who should be in this tier I probably won't put in there is Joe Johnson. Luka goes in bad. This card is horrible. I don't need to say anything else. This card was horrible. Next we got Jordan. This Jordan, the pink diamond Jordan, will go in good but lacking. What he was lacking was a higher three-pointer, a quicker jump shot. He can put the ball on the ground, but I mean, who's scared of him? What you gonna do, dunk on me? But what I will say is Michael Jordan played probably most D on the game. Next, we got Ray Allen. I got Ray Allen in the top tier. He got 90 interior at the shooting guard position. His jump shot is on quick. He do got Jordan dribble style. He got limitless. He do everything he low-key post to. It's just he got shunned out by most of the better shooting guards that ended up dropping. I still would play Ray Allen before I would play T-Mac. But I think Ray Allen's good. I just think everybody forgot about him as a card. He was a really good card, though. 90 interior, almost had max defensive stats for a shooting guard. Decent rebounding, max 3. You feel me? He was good. Next we got Rip. Rip also goes into serviceable. Most of these, and as long as you don't forget, I am holding the trophy cases to a separate standard. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm holding them to a completely separate standard than I am regular cards. Just like I'll hold takeover cards to a different standard than the rest of the cards. Next we got Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson goes in good but lacking. And the reasoning being because is he basically Clyde, just with a slow jump shot. But his player build better, so he played way better D. Richard Jefferson was literally running comp for about a month before Tim Thomas dropped. He was the primary ball handler. Like, you gave Richard Jefferson the ball, and Richard Jefferson went to go score the ball till K came out. And Richard Jefferson still was the primary scorer on the court. But normal fade, so he can go get one. Nobody shoots his shot. I mean, if you get baited into shooting this shot, you're just stupid. Just go dunk. You know how the game works. I ain't gotta tell you no much more, but I do think only thing he's lacking is a good jump shot for him being a top tier shooting guard. Next we got Ricky Davis. Ricky Davis also goes in the top tier. I think after Dr. J, he is the second best shooting guard. I think a child who's blind can score the ball. Ricky Davis. If you do not have Ricky Davis or have not at least tried him, go save up some MT just so you can try him. He is literally mini Tim Thomas. I don't think he's as broken, but I do think he's easier to score with. I think the skill gap of both cards, Tim Thomas's is higher, but if you reach the max potential with Ricky, it can be close to somebody who reaches his max potential with Tim Thomas. That's more like what I think of everything. Next we got RJ Bear. RJ Bear goes in budget serviceable. Nothing to really write home about. Just regular. Just a smooth, what's the name? He a budget card. He not as tough no more. I think I'm gonna put him in good but lacking just to be nice to the Knicks fans, because y'all don't get much more going for yourselves. Actually, Knicks hooping in real life, so I can't even say that. Next we got Ron Artest. Ron Artest go right next to Jimmy in top tier. Those two are the only shooting guard defenders really that you would put on ball and almost push away your primary ball handlers to another position. So I think it's to be said, like, Ron Artest and Jimmy, wherever Jimmy is, Ron Artest should be. Ron Artest got a better shot than him. Jimmy got better defense than him all around because of his badges. You know, he play better D in the paint. Ron gonna tear it off somebody by just, you know, taking the ball out of his hands though. So that's that. Next we got Steve Smith. Steve Smith goes in good but lacking. What's he lacking? Not being as many player cards as he is. Steve Smith was a good card. He just got shunned out because Ant dropped at the same time. On top of the fact that he just really mid. He like as mid as can be. I like Steve Smith though when I was playing him. Next we got T-Mac. T-Mac also goes in top tier. He goes in like the end of top tier though. His shot is really horrible. He literally excels at everything else besides his shot being horrible. Off limitless, best dunk packages on the game. Can dunk, max 3. Can dribble, Jordan dribble style. Good player build, everything you need, he got it. His shot is just horrible. But it's not Richard Jefferson horrible, so he's still in top tier. Next we got Tyler Hero. I'm gonna put Tyler Hero on budget serviceable just because his fade sucks on this game. That's all. I don't feel like putting him in good but lacking. I feel like putting him in budget serviceable. Same with Oladipo. Oladipo go? Nah, I'm just playing. Oladipo can go in good but lacking, and so can Tyler Hero. Most of the people in good but lacking me is showing you the versatility of cards on this game. Even the people in budget serviceable, you can put them at shooting guard and still be fine. You can't put the people in bad at shooting guard and still be fine, but like everybody, the difference in this game compared to other games and why people say is so much variety and versatility among lineups. Bro, you can play somebody from season 1 as in Jaylen Brown. I could put Jaylen Brown in the game and I'd be fine. Got defense, got interior, could play. The same thing with Iggy. You could put Iggy still in the game and still ride it out. Steve Smith, same thing. Oladipo, same thing. It's just how the game is this year. You can play whoever you want as long as you know how to play with that card. So even if I'm saying a card like Jordan Poole bad, somebody gonna comment and say Jordan Poole, I gave him 3 huffs and he hoop. Okay, that's my point. Thank you. Next we got Zachy. Zachy going budget serviceable just because he's outdated, but he does have the in order of the best dribble styles on the game. So y'all please don't keep thinking Jordan is the best dribble style. Go Chris Paul 1, Zach LaVine 2 because you could quick stop with it. 3 Jordan. I love Zach LaVine. No, I just wish he'd get another car. He's outdated at this point. Next we got Vince Carter. Vince Carter goes in good but lacking. He low-key was running stuff at the 2 when he was playing, and he didn't even have clamps that high. So like when Vince Carter get another card, you gotta see what he gonna have, and he got one of the best jump shots at the shooting guard position. Adrian Denley going budget serviceable, and Bernard King also going budget serviceable. They not worth the lock in. Just keep it a stack with you, so that's why they just going serviceable. Next we got Grant Hill. Grant Hill is also in the top tier because when he has a quick jump shot, he can finish in the paint at a high level. He has a good player build. He can guard ball. Like that's all we asking for as shooting guard. He's not a primary, but he's more of a tertiary ball handler. So if your lineup is Penny, Grant, and Tim Thomas, Grant fits there. Or if your lineup is SGA, Ricky, Grant, he fits there. Like just if you need him to touch the ball, Grant Hill can go get you one, and he can shoot over the off ball. Players that can shoot over the off ball get ranked a little bit higher, especially when they excel at everything else. But that's that. We got Wally Serbiak. Wally Serbiak goes in good but lacking. The only reason he's going to good but lacking is because his player build is souped on this game. He come with half limitless. He can low-key dribble the ball too and get you a bucket. I like Wally. I didn't see Jen using Wally on Xbox. I saw a bunch of other comp people using Wally on Xbox after Jen was using them. Wally not that bad. Next we got Jerry Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse is just good but lacking. He lacking hair. Next we got Kobe. Kobe go in the same tier as his other Kobe. He's actually a tier above him because he got gold anchor. Plus 14 strength and 4 steal. So the difference between those cards is literally nothing to write home about unless you are looking at the game from the top level. And yes, I said Jerry Stackhouse is lacking hair. He just as mid as could be. But so this Kobe goes here as well. And lastly, we got MJ. MJ goes into top tier this time. And the only reason this MJ goes into top tier is because he is a better defender than Jimmy and Ron Artest. Like, he's a better defender than Jimmy and Ron Artest. There's something with his build in which if you switch on and reach, he takes it. He doesn't even have half glove. He reaches every single play. Go watch comp and watch people who play with Jordan go play with Jordan. They just spam. I'm not even talking about the Tennessee spam from the CPU. I'm talking about people are clicking on and spamming, and he's tearing it up. But he's the only defender at the 2 who I think is better than Jimmy and Ron besides Dr. J. But Dr. J play bear defense, like bear stop defense. Ron and Jimmy, they gonna reach. Michael Jordan gonna reach more than them, and he can go get you one. And Jimmy and Ron low-key can't go get you one. Ron shot faster than both of them, but MJ played better D than both of them. I mean, Michael Jordan played better D than both of them. Jimmy played better interior D than both of them. And Ron got the best shot. MJ got the best slashing. Jimmy the only one with normal fade. You know, it's a bunch of just rigged around the rosy that you could pick. But yeah, that would be my shooting guard list. If y'all disagree, let me know why, and I'll probably give you the reason in the comments. This is all just for content at the end of the day. I don't care what no other content creator put down in his shooting guard list. Do not come back to me and say, well, so-and-so put this guy right here, but you put him right here. Do you guys both just suck with him, or did you not try him? Listen, all of us have our own opinion because it's my team. You feel me? So when I use my cards, I formulate an opinion on them as other people do. But That is how I think the shooting guard list is. I still do not think Dr. J is touched by any other shooting guard on the game, but I think there are a bunch of top tier shooting guards, and I think at this cutoff right here, even some of the people in serviceable, I think at this cutoff right here, let's count 1, 2, 3, and I'm pretty sure every shooting guard not even on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I mean, it is 34 shooting guards. This is with me not counting anybody from right here. This, just at this cutoff, right? That means it is 34 shooting guards. That means it is 34 shooting guards. It is 34 shooting guards that can play on this game right now, and y'all wonder why I be telling y'all we don't need no more shooting guards for my forwards. Every single person from good but lacking to GOAT tier can play. Will they do the best thing? No. Are there some that's better than others? Of course, but every single one of these players can play. Like, obviously nobody in back can play. Even some of the people in serviceable can still play. Like the trophy case cards here. Kyle Korver, Richard Hamilton, and Michael Finley could probably play. D-Book could probably play. It's at least 40 shooting guards on this game that can play right now, because the game's meta allows cards that are not that good to be better than they will ever be. I hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. I love every single one of y'all. I hope y'all had a good holiday. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stop by the Twitch, Splashy. Let me know what it is. Stream here today, besides on Christmas, because you know I ain't that much of a gamer. Stop by the Twitter, Splash Edition. Turn on the notice. DM me with any questions, man. I love every single one of y'all. Make sure you have a blessed day. I'm out. Peace.